house, mate. Our house. In the middle of the I got an R301 and then I'll start. Yeah, take this. Yeah, best gun in the game, clutch. Here, put this on it as well. Sure, mate. Someone was gathering loot here not long ago. Very good at all. Let's go this way. Let's get it, man. Using grapple. Let's go this way. Grapala. Friends, there is an extended energy magazine here. Level 3. Oh, it's going for bacon, my friend. What kind of madness is this? Allah Sultan. You see him, bro? Yeah, bro. I see you're nearly in diamond now, man. You know, I was going in yesterday still.
Have a warm up. We'll be deploying soon.
Oh, yeah, it's not really you, man. We need a third right now. What's going on? We need you, man. We need you.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I've only got one. Oh, heirloom, man. Heirloom. Heirloom. I've got this one.
Secure cash by completing contracts, looting, or eliminating targets. Set a drop point for your team, soldier. Enemy dropping into the AR. Moving.
Where are the trick-or-treat locations in Modern Warfare?
Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all-new Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone video. Today the Haunting of Verdansk Halloween event has gone live and will end on November 3rd. So there is now a trick-or-treat challenge that is currently live to get yourself a bunch of loot. When you first log in, you will be granted with a free treat, which is a spooky goodies charm. So essentially how this works is there are multiple locations on the Verdansk Warzone map in which only in those specific locations when you open a loot crate there is a random chance in which you might get a jump scare which is obviously a trick. They're not scary at all, they're just a bit loud. And there is also a random chance that you might get a treat. I'm not sure the exact percentages that these two events can occur, however I would say they are fairly rare. On average, they take at least around 5 crates. However, the rarer the crate is, you actually get a treat from it. So if you open a legendary crate, you have a much higher chance. So on screen right now, you can see all of the different locations. But before I get into that, I want to give you some tips whilst you try to get your treats. So I would recommend venturing to a location that is far away from locations, and there'll just be too many people there trying to loot, and it will be extremely difficult. Another tip that I would recommend is if you have been to 2 different locations and been unsuccessful in a game, I would recommend just backing out of the game and starting a game. At that point, most of the other locations will have been looted already, and there's probably not going to be many loot crates left, so there's not really any point in continuing. I also would recommend playing it under, because then the gas is not going to close in on you, it will give you much more time to explore the map. And I would also recommend playing in a full team of 3 whilst playing Thunder. Unfortunately, there is not one currently available. You can complete this in nighttime battle royale and also Warzone zombies, but it's definitely not recommended, especially in zombies. You're going to struggle. However, it is good to be aware if you just want to be playing those modes, you can do this simultaneously. However, if you're just trying to complete this as fast as possible, Thunder is the way to go. But yeah, it's definitely useful if you play with other people because they can help defend you and you can help defend them whilst you're all looting, and you can also go to different sections around the map. Also, if you manage to get a treat from the first location that you explore, I would recommend then going to the nearest closest location from this trick or treat locations list. Now obviously you don't have to complete this list in order, you can do it in any order, it doesn't matter whatsoever. On the trick or treat menu you can see which piece of loot you actually get per location, so if you're trying to go after some specific pieces of loot, you can target them first if you want to do so. Anyways, with that all out of the way, the first location is Mill Base, so simply mark the place on the map which is right at the top.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Here, I think this is one of the easier locations compared to the others. Just because there is a lot of things on here, and once you get lucky and manage to get yourself a treat from one of the loot crates. Once again, RNG completely sucks. It took me around 3.5 hours to get.
Oh, it's one on TV, well.
Running ways to this, my RNG was a bit better. I actually got the full base board in my first attempt at opening a loot crate, but for some of the other ones, I literally opened about 30 crates in that specific location. So the next location is Boneyard, located on the southwest of the map. Now once again, this portion of the map has a lot of loot crates, so you should be okay with this specific area. I would recommend playing with a headset on just so you can hear the sounds of if a crate is nearby. The next location is Dam. Now out of all of the other locations, I would say Dam is probably the hardest.
Yeah.
One of the hardest.
Where'd you get them from?
Because almost everyone lands at Dam. It's a very popular spot. It's very hectic. Your best chance of getting a treat is getting it on your first or second loot crate, because honestly you might not even get to open any more than that because it is such a busy location. So if you are trying to go for Dam, I would recommend going right at the start of the game. If you go later in the game, it'll just already be looted, there'll be nothing left for you. And if you are unsuccessful at Dam, I would recommend just keep on restarting your game for this one specific location, because your best chance of getting the treat at Dam is at the very start of the game. The next spot is Downtown. Now I think this spot is a
Fuck off.
section, and obviously the city buildings are massive and the sound so there's enough loot to go around, you should be okay.
Pushing off, okay.
Being able to get that easy. Now, the next spot is Storage Town. Now, Storage Town is on the west side of the map. I found this spot to be particularly hard because there is a lot of people that go to this spot similar to Dan. They tend to hide around in the different...
How much sugar in your individual? You could be judging on 21
Enemy dropping into the AO.
So we thought that, and that's why we created Sneak. We listened to game this, photographers, producers,
storage facilities, so be prepared to encounter a bunch of gunfights at this specific spot. But hopefully you get lucky and manage to get yourself a treat. The next spot is Hospital. I would definitely recommend going to Hospital and Downtown one after the other just because they are so close to each other. But yeah, that should be fairly okay. I didn't find it that much of a hassle. Now, the next spot is Airport. Now, this spot can be particularly busy, however, it is quite a large section, so you should be able to be okay for Airport. And also, it's not just the actual airport itself, it is the surrounding area, basically. How you know if you are in the right location is when you open the crates, you will get confetti out of them, even if you don't get a trick or a treat, and also you will be able to see if you are in the right location. That is marked at the top of the screen. If you are outside of it, it will say somewhere else, or it just won't have a location up there if you are too far away. The next spot is Quarry. Now, I definitely recommend going here at the start of the game. People don't tend to drop here a lot, but once the game life I pointed out at the beginning of the video, try to go for spots that are far away from the C-130's directory where people aren't landing any lot. Quarry, not a lot of people seem to be going there when I go there, so you should be okay with that. Now, the next location is Port. I hate this location. This location can be located in the southeast of the map between downtown and prison. The reason why I don't like this location is because there are so little places to loot in this specific spot, and all the buildings are also really spread out from one another. So if you loot one building and it's unsuccessful, you don't get a treat, you're going to have to be on a bit of a trek going from building to building. This one is the one that actually I opened over 30 crates and I didn't get a treat until literally my third crate. So it took quite some time. The next location is Stadium. Now, this spot should be fairly okay to actually loot. I do actually recommend looting outside of Stadium first before you go inside. There tends to be less action going on there, and crates discount as well. I also would recommend going here if you go to downtown or hospital first because they're fairly close. But yeah, you shouldn't have too much issue here unless your RNG is just looking. Now, the next spot is Gulag. Now, this is actually a mistake, so you don't need to die and go inside the Gulag. You just need to go to the Gulag prison that is marked on the map instead of actually dying. Now, this spot is fairly busy, and also the Gulag has a lot of places. It's very big and it's very complex. There's a lot inside here, however, there is a lot of places as well, so you should be okay finding plenty of places to get streets. But just be warned, there are a lot of people that are often in this spot. The next spot is Lumberyard. This spot is probably one of the easiest to actually loot just because so little people actually go here. Unless your RNG is bad, of course, but when I went here, there literally wasn't a single person at this specific spot, not a single thing had been looted, and I managed to get myself a treat. The next spot is the station.
Oh, I killed him, let's go.
Should be fairly okay. It's not as busy as some of the other spots. Is the Union Station located in the middle of the map? I would definitely recommend going here if you just need to stay before then. This spot can be a bit difficult because a lot of people tend to land here, but you should be fairly okay. It's not as busy as some of the other spots, or at least it wasn't when I was playing, but I don't know how accurate that is for your games. I guess you'll just have to wait and see. The next spot is Superstore. Now, this is located right by Storage Town, so once again, I would recommend probably first. Now, this spot was very difficult. This was actually my second to last one that I collected. I moved here a bunch and just was unsuccessful. But I found this spot to be completely out of loot when I got there. Even if I landed right at the start of the game, a lot of people would land here and loot almost straight away. So I don't think there was really to go down. So I definitely recommend at the start of the game. If you go later on in the game, there's probably going to be no loot at all. Unlike some of the other locations where you might get lucky and still manage to get some loot later on in the game. The next spot is Hills right at the bottom of the map. This spot should be fairly okay. I think normally people actually go here, and also there are a bunch of buildings in the Hills region and all of them count. So yeah, you should be okay looting here because there's a lot of loot around. Now the final spot, and this might be the most difficult for you, I managed to get it on my second attempt, and this is the train that goes on the map, so obviously it's not going to be at the same time.
Of what?
Is your kit?
No,
What is it then?
don't know. Don't mind.
Oh, I said it's bye. Oh, it actually did a parachute.
Game because it obviously cycles around on the train tracks. However, you need to land here at the start of the game. If just a minute passes, it's probably already looted. You need to land here straight from the C-130. So as soon as the game starts, you need to just see where the train is on the map. You'll have to look around. Sometimes the texture sort isn't loaded in properly, so you have to zoom in. Once you manage to spot the train going around the map, this will probably take a few restarts. Just mark the location and hopefully you'll be able to land on it. And basically, loot the whole train and hopefully you will manage to get yourself a treat. I got it within the very first week. And yeah, after you do that, that will be all of the trick or treat locations done. Now if you back out to the menu, you will get a cool Haunting of the Dance complete animation with a pumpkin. And yeah, that'll be all of the loot of back out to the menu. And once you manage to spot the train going around the map, this will probably take a few. Hello guys, this is Revolution here, and welcome back to an all new Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone video. Today the Haunting of the Dance Halloween event has gone live and will end on I'm not sure the exact percentages however, I will say they are fairly rare. On average, they take at least around 5 crates. However, the rarer the crate,